Perfect.
Let's go! Hey, lock in. Oh! Beep! If y'all can guess where I am, then I shall receive you 1 single penny. Do you guys give up? I'm right here. Boy, what is up, everyone? My name is Pips here. How you doing? How you doing? And welcome back. We haven't done this in a while. To another reaction video. It has been a long minute since we've done a reaction video. Specifically, I think 3 months. It's been 3 months since my words. It's been 3 months since we did our last reaction video. As you always know, these videos will not be edited. They will be short form videos. So no editing required. We're just going to sit back, enjoy what we love. And today, we have the newest death metal! And it is between my GOAT, Metal Sonic. Yes, my GOAT, my king, the man and savior. Between this man, Cell. This man right here is regarded as a really strong individual in Dragon Ball Z, but you know what? I don't care! You think I care about this, I don't know, bald-headed individual? No! It is between my GOAT, Metal Sonic, and this guy. So without further ado, grab your snacks, grab some popcorn. This video is 25 minutes, bro. Don't forget to like and subscribe as always, bro, because we recently just hit 200 subs. Thank you guys so much for your love and support, and I cannot wait till we get to 300, bro. Without further ado, let's get started. 3, 2, 1, play! Turn that audio! It's about to be cinema!
This is Metal Sonic, which copycat android is truly the superior model. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
It's gonna be my GOAT. My GOAT, my king, my
There's
GOAT.
a monster stalking Ginger Town. No one who's seen it has lived to tell the tale.
Get this
All
fraud outta
that
here.
left behind was their clothes. Something ate these people's insides,
Get this
leaving only a
fraud
shadow
outta
behind.
here.
Some kind of creature driven only by the need to feed. Earth's new apex predator, the ultimate life form.
The
That is
Namekian
not the
Piccolo
ultimate life
went to
form, that is
investigate
Shadow.
this manslayer and discovered that it was intelligent. Its tail could unravel to absorb its hapless victims and add their energy to its wretched gestalt.
But the nightmare was only just beginning.
Look
because
at him.
for its last trick, somehow this freak of nature knew the Kamehameha.
The mystery of this creature's origin was decades in the making. Years ago, the world was terrorized by the most advanced paramilitary organization in history, the
like
Red
something.
Ribbon Army.
Until they got rocked by this little kung fu gremlin, Son Goku.
But Red Ribbon's
okay.
dream of revenge lived
Give me my
on within
lord,
their
give me my
head
lord.
scientist,
My
Dr. Giro.
lord.
Hiding away in his spooky cave laboratory, Giro would go to work studying the Z fighters from afar, learning everything there was to know about them.
And building a series of androids that would destroy his spiky-haired nemesis once and for all.
He made a ton of them. Infinite energy androids, key-absorbing androids, trucker head androids, and even...
Trucker hats?
Yeah, ginger
That
android.
trucker hat
However,
boy?
none of Giro's
This ain't
creations
America.
were capable of matching that drive to improve that Goku and his fellow martial artists possessed.
Luckily, he had one more android left. A
Goku
cute
is
little
my
booger
goat.
so complex he'd take years after Giro's death to complete. Its name was Cell.
Born from a single
here we
cell,
go.
get it? This
he got?
android possessed the genetic information of all the
What is that? Hey, he's 7 foot tall. Who likes tournaments? Kermit the Frog. You see all this cool stuff. You read likes Kermit the Frog.
greatest warriors that had battled on Earth, and when fully evolved, would become unstoppable.
And with their DNA, Cell absorbed all their powers and techniques too.
Common among all of them is the power to manipulate ki, or the energy that exists in all living things, and weaponize it to fire energy blasts, fly at faster than light speeds, move things with telekinesis, and create force fields.
From the humans, Krillin and Tien, Cell knows the multiform technique, Destructo Disc, and the Tri-Beam, his extra special favorite. Oh, weird, I'm not seeing Chaozu on this list. Sorry, bud.
Is
We're tired here.
Oh.
Okay. Cell can fire the Death Beam, as well as breathe in and travel through the vacuum of space with the alien genes of Frieza and his father.
And because he's got Piccolo's DNA, Cell can regenerate humongous damage to his body at the cost of some ki.
Cell has survived having half his body vaporized multiple times,
is true,
and cannot be destroyed unless the small cluster of cells at the core of his being is eradicated.
Should that little bugger survive, Cell will always return, even stronger than before, because of the Saiyan DNA he got from Goku and Vegeta. Definitely the cream of the genetic crop.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 40.
Sure, he can perfectly replicate attacks like the Gallic Gun, Spirit Bomb, and of course Kamehameha, as well as teleport by locking onto a living being's key signature.
But the best part of being a Saiyan is how much crazy stronger they get every time they almost die.
They can even evolve to become orders of magnitude stronger in the midst of battle. Combine that with Cell's healing factor, and he's effectively the ultimate warrior.
Like a perpetual Shonen motion machine.
Driven by a biological imperative, Cell wanted nothing more than to devour Giro's previous androids, 17 and 18, believing it would make him perfect.
Only one problem. The Cell we know...
Perfect? Go back to that.
Believing it would make him
Perfect?
Only...
Boy, you got the nose of freaking Big Bird from Sesame Street. What any factor of you makes you the perfect human species? You are not him. You are not Shadow the Hedgehog. You are not the perfect species. Shut your mouth.
One problem. The Cell we know was born in the future, and both 17 and 18 had been destroyed. So he murdered Trunks and went back in time. Not our Trunks, future Trunks. Well, not future Trunks, but another future Trunks. It's very complicated. There's like 5 timelines.
As Cell defeated and absorbed the androids, he evolved, not only getting stronger, but changing his personality and developing a lust for battle.
He became less creepy bug serial killer and more, well, Saiyan. After exploiting that very Saiyan arrogance and warrior's pride, Cell finally became perfect.
And easily dominated Trunks and Vegeta, the latter of whom had decades of battle experience under his belt.
Perfect Cell's power was off the charts. He could threaten the whole Earth just by powering up. With a full power Kamehameha, he was even capable of destroying our entire solar system.
While the vast majority of our solar system's mass is located in the sun, this still means that Cell's Ki Wave would have to reach 2.8 billion miles to eradicate every planet.
But Wiz, maybe he was just exaggerating.
Not likely. Cell's claim has been backed up in multiple guidebooks, and even demonstrated outright in the video games.
Cell's even stronger in the anime adaptation, considering the time Frieza blew up Namek. In the anime, the explosion was literally hundreds of light years wide and lit up the friggin' galaxy.
And Cell was far stronger than Frieza was at that point in time.
Hell, the Namekians could sense him all the way from a different galaxy and thought he might be a threat to the whole universe.
He's also incredibly fast, capable of blitzing even the strongest Z fighters at the time. Goku flew from Grand Kai's planet of heaven all the way to Hell, hundreds of billions of light years in half a minute. And that was in his base form.
Yeah, that's cool, but how about the power to squeeze mini Cell Juniors out of your butt? What? Never heard of that key technique? Call it the Kegel.
Perfect Cell was entirely without peer and, no longer wedded to Giro's petty grudge, decided to prove it with a tournament.
The Cell Games! And if Goku couldn't even beat him, what hope did anyone else have? Vegeta couldn't even handle a Cell Jr.
Their last hope was Goku's own son,
is such a
Gohan.
bitch, bro.
After Cell...
I don't want to go on a rant. So many people say, oh, Vegeta's the GOAT. Oh, Vegeta is him. He's a fraud. I'm sorry. Vegeta has lost more fights than he gains aura. I'm sorry. Vegeta is not him. He is a fraud, and I hate him. I do not like Vegeta. He's a fraud, in my opinion.
Arrogantly let him power up, Gohan unleashed his rage, pushed the bug monster to his absolute limits, and beat him. Wow, Cell, you really are related to Vegeta, aren't you?
In truth, Cell was a victim of his own success. The same Saiyan genes that made him all-powerful also sowed the seeds of his defeat.
He got so mad he even blew himself up. Maybe he does have some Chaozu in him after all.
Even that wasn't enough to totally put him down, and he came back with the same Super Saiyan power-up that Gohan had just unlocked.
Super perfect Cell! Now with more lightning, in a battle for the ages, Cell put the entire weight of his biological programming against one lone Saiyan and went the distance.
But in the end, it still wasn't enough. No matter how brilliantly Dr. Gero copied the Z-Fighters, he still couldn't quite figure out their knack for going beyond.
What can be destroyed can always be rebuilt. All it takes to recreate the most fearsome warrior in the universe is one single cell.
Get this fraud out of here, bro. I don't care. Where's my goat?
Hey, real quick, did you know Death Metal's
care.
and then I hate Negator Ivo World. Time
My
and again,
goat!
the world and its cuddly forest critters were threatened by the evil,
My
noble
goat!
Dr. Ivo Eggman Robotnik.
And time and again, that same world and those same critters were
Sonic
saved by
CD,
Sonic
baby!
the Hedgehog. No matter how many robotic badniks the good doctor threw at his blue spiky nemesis, his schemes were always 6 spin jumps to the glowing weak spot away from getting cracked and scrambled.
But it wouldn't be over easy for Eggman. If he couldn't defeat the Blue Blur, he would make his own Metal Sonic.
Well, 0 points on creativity for that name, but goddamn, he does look metal as
so
hell.
much-
They
Aura.
say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, so Eggman built Metal
Bro, look at the bottom. Hates Sonic, 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 Sonic.
with more than
That's
enough
hilarious.
blast processing to match his prototype.
Metal can zoom around at massively hypersonic speeds, fast enough to fly to nearby planets in seconds.
He's tougher than Eggman's standard equipment, some of which can survive black holes.
Love Roblox?
No, I actually
Earn
don't like
Roblox digital
You
gift
gave me
cards
that.
with Microsoft Rewards.
Metal can use all of Sonic's power-ups and even replicate his classic spin dash and light speed attack.
But he's got moves of his own.
He can attack with energy blast, fire a chest laser, surround himself in an electric aura, or an impenetrable force field.
By overloading his circuitry with energy, Metal can activate V maximum overdrive,
That's
quadrupling his acceleration and obliterating anything in his path, at the risk of self-destructing.
You'd think all that'd be enough to turn the rodents into roadkill, but it only took one showdown on Stardust Speedway to send Metal to the scrap heap.
On paper, Metal should be able to outmatch Sonic in every way, and yet he doesn't.
Yeah.
For some reason, Eggman wasn't able to capture that ineffable quality that makes Sonic the fastest thing alive. Metal's defeats at the hands of Sonic and his friends sharpened his AI into a seething hatred of his rival and a burning desire to prove himself superior.
Yeah, well, when you're getting your supersized red ass handed to you
Oh,
by
that guy.
Charmy
Dude, I
B,
forgot-
you
yo,
know
it's
something's
B,
gone horribly wrong.
Metal's defeats gave him an existential crisis. If he was created to surpass Sonic and couldn't even manage that, what was he? Why should he exist?
Never one to admit defeat,
you exist
Eggman
for
took
all my
Metal
good
back
things,
to the
my
drawing board and birthed him anew. You,
This Neo Metal Sonic was, above all, far smarter.
especially after he copied
Neo
Eggman's
Sonic, yeah.
intelligence and took over his empire. And we mean literally copied. If Metal started as Sonic's copycat, why not hunt all of his furry friends down and copy them too?
Neo Metal Sonic is equipped with scanners in his optic receptors that can copy a person's biodata, giving him the ability to
got chaos
recreate
control
all
too,
of their
bro.
abilities in seconds.
Imagine what he's
Like
gonna do
the
with
Sonic
Chaos
Boom,
Control.
Knuckles' his hammer punch, Tails' his magical swiveling asshole, and Big's ability to suck at fishing.
Metal isn't just learning their moves, he can replicate more esoteric powers like Silver Psychokinesis,
Okay,
manufacture Rouge's mechanical bat
Oh,
guards,
Rouge.
or alter his very biology to copy Espio's chameleon invisibility. It's worth
I also want to just say, bro, we need more Espio. No offense, that guy is so underrated. He is actually a cool Sonic character, but he's barely in any Sonic media. We need to bring him back.
mentioning that biological data is a real scientific term and can refer to molecular structures like the genome sequence within a living organism's
That's
DNA.
Spider-Man,
Yeah,
bro. I
his
know that.
copying
That's
is
from
so
Spider-Man
busted,
Tobey
it
Maguire.
doesn't really matter that he's a robot made of metal. If you can do it, so can he. Probably helps that he can shapeshift and regenerate his whole body from a puddle.
Likely by copying one of the mightiest beings on the planet, the god of destruction, Chaos.
Not the only chaos he's encountered.
By scanning the ultimate life form, Shadow the Hedgehog, he gained his ability to manipulate some of the most powerful artifacts in the universe.
You mean the Chaos Emeralds?
Yes. The emeralds contain an infinite wellspring of mystical power and life
Yeah, they
energy.
do.
With them, Metal can perform Shadow's chaos control. He can teleport, warp, and distort space, boost his speed, and stop time. And with either the Chaos Emeralds or Master Emerald, he can transform into Super Neo Metal Sonic.
Completely invulnerable and completely golden, Super Neo Metal Sonic can move at faster than light speeds and has the power to move continents.
The emeralds are inconceivably powerful. They've been used to fuel Eggman's Death Egg, which could obliterate star systems.
On their own, they can even create and destroy whole universes.
Other super characters like Sonic have battled and defeated beings like the Time Eater, who could destroy multiple dimensions and timelines in seconds. At their peak, 3 super hedgehogs have even fought Solaris, who nearly consumed Sonic's entire multiverse.
So Super Neo Metal Sonic should be just as powerful as any of them, though he's gotta be quick, because all that power only lasts a short time.
The road to total domination was nearly at an end. After manipulating Sonic and friends and copying their abilities, Metal eventually combined their biodata with the mighty Egg Fleet and became Metal Overlord.
Complete with missiles, giant crystal projectiles, and the strength to match 3 supersonic heroes all by himself, Overlord is all-time final boss material.
And he knew it. His ego might as well have had its own health bar. Metal's drive to surpass his rival had morphed into the delusional belief that he was the original, and Sonic the loathsome copy.
A copy that Metal had finally outclassed. All the heroes Metal had gathered had to team up to take him down.
He may have stolen their abilities, but Metal never possessed the thing that made the Sonic heroes successful, their friendship and teamwork.
Aw, how cute! Gag. Probably should have added some of those goddamn rails to the final boss fight, because it is impossible to land on those things.
That's so
After
true.
getting trashed again, Eggman reprogrammed Metal to purge any bits of rebelliousness from his code.
Metal returned to being the Eggman Army's chief enforcer, always proving invaluable as the Bad Doctor's greatest creation, now completely obedient once again.
I don't know, Wiz. Who knows what's really going on behind those glowing red eyes? Maybe Metal is more cunning than he lets on, and is only biding his time until he can take over again.
Maybe the most powerful thing that Metal copied was the ability to lie.
All right, before we get into this, I just want to say real quickly, Metal Sonic, right here, bro, lock in. I don't care. You must lock in, my boy. You have chaos control. You have the ability to copy the emeralds. You have everything, okay, that Cell does not have. You must defeat, okay? I'm letting you know, bro. The Sonic universe has not been so good in Death Battle. Sonic lost to Mario. You need to redeem yourself. You need to be the one. So lock in, bro. Lock in. Is there gonna be an ad?
The incoming need anyone to keep watches such stuff. There, the final and
All right, the combatants are set.
Let's go!
We've run the data through all possibilities.
it's
Time for a dance battle!
Parents, if your child plays Roblox, listen up. You could qualify for up to $300,000.
Get this ad out of here. It's time for Death Battle. Lock in!
Salutations, Dr. Robotnik. Your reputation precedes you. Bring me your strongest fighter, or face... and prepare to leave before your master. Perfect.
Let's go! Lock in. Oh! Beep. Oh my god. Sonic, wait! Stop, yeah, good job, shield it, shield it. Oh, thank you.
Tell me, does a machine like yourself ever experience fear? Not anymore.
What? He's on no one more. Good job, good job. There we go. Get it. Oh, okay, yeah, we'll go on. This is so good, it's like... Oh, hillside. Hold it, yeah. Hold it. Come on. Oh, God. Hold it.
fool. You're dealing with the ultimate life form.
Shut up. That is Shadow. You are not the ultimate life form.
I already possess his data. Observe. Chaos?
Chaos control? What? Oh, let's go, chaos control.
Life form data successfully copied.
Oh!
It'll take more than that to kill me, puppet!
Good job. Man. What?
I know. Now I know everything about you.
Oh my God!
Insect.
He called him an insect! Oh, my boy! Beep, 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 beep! He said his minions! Oh, but he's got minions too! What is happening?
Soon, go. Don't you dare.
No way did he only win. Okay, I was about to say. No!
I'm not just the greatest warrior in the universe. I am all of them.
No, you're not! Oh.
If you're all of them, then so am I. I'll never lose to a machine like...
Did he win? Did he win? Is that a win? Is that a W?
I'll crush you.
Oh, now Metal's got all the powers
Let's
of the Chaos
go,
Emerald.
baby! Yo! He actually won! He actually won!
And the Z Fighters? Well, that world's
He
fun.
actually
Our
won!
bad.
Cell may have been one of the greatest threats in Dragon Ball Z, but Eggman's greatest creation ultimately proved too much for him. Let's break this down into
Let's
4 categories:
go, my
strength,
God!
speed, abilities, and adaptation.
First up, who was the strongest? Well, it's no surprise that any version of Cell was gonna be way more powerful than Base Metal or Neo. Even just using the manga, blowing up a solar system is far beyond the level of power output Metal can match.
Without his stronger
strength
forms.
goes to
With them, the
Cell,
power gap
okay.
entirely reversed. Not only could Metal match Cell's solar system busting or scaling from Frieza, but he could surpass it with the universe-destroying
strength with the
power of
Sonic.
the Emeralds.
But hang on, Wiz. Those Namekians said that Cell was strong enough to threaten a universe on his own.
They did, but they didn't specify how, and there's nothing suggesting he could destroy it in one go, especially since it's only brought up theoretically and without any time frame.
Even being generous and assuming he could just blow it up, final bosses like Time Eater and Solaris can destroy the wider multiverse, and Super Neo Metal would scale to them. Metal Sonic takes the edge
Okay,
in
good.
strength.
And with Sonic characters being known for their speed, you might think that was an easy win for Metal.
At his max speed in his super form, he should be comparable to entities like the Time Eater, who in Shadow Generations can destroy entire universes in seconds. By using the radius of the observable universe, we can estimate the Time Eater's destructive wave traveled at about 180 quadrillion times faster than light.
Certainly impressive, but let's compare that to Goku's flight from heaven to hell shortly after the Cell games, which covered roughly a universe in distance at approximately 180 quadrillion times faster than light.
Wow. Get my ad out of here!
Gaza is at a tipping point.
Just like Time Eater. The difference, though, was that Goku was in his base form, way slower than Super Saiyan 2 Gohan or Super Perfect Cell.
Factoring in Super Saiyan multipliers, Super Perfect Cell can move upwards of 100 times faster than that, and so 100 times faster than Metal Sonic. Somehow, Cell takes the edge in speed. You know, the thing Metal was designed for.
Wasn't expecting that. Let's see if any of their abilities could tip the scales.
They shared many of the
So
same
Metal
powers,
Sonic
like
definitely wants
telekinesis,
ability.
force fields, and energy projectiles. Of note, though, Cell's regeneration was clearly superior, able to fully heal from a single cluster of microscopic cells.
On top of that, Cell's Saiyan genes would let him grow in power every time he almost died. And his Cell Juniors gave him the numbers advantage.
And considering Super Neo Metal had a time limit, Cell would have a big advantage in a battle of attrition.
But with Chaos Control, that became a lot tougher.
Cell and his juniors had no way to deal with Metal boosting his speed or stopping time, something that countered Cell's speed advantage and left him open. And with Silver's psychokinesis, or the Emerald spatial distortion, Metal could seriously impair Cell's healing.
So it helped that Cell could fall back on his martial arts abilities in a pinch.
Despite effectively being a newborn, Cell's genetic instincts allowed him to best Earth's most skilled warriors back to back to back.
Yeah,
Metal
exactly.
may have copied Eggman's brains,
That's why
but he
Vegeta's a
definitely
fraud.
isn't as good of a fighter. The Sonic heroes haven't trained like the Z fighters, and Metal's been beaten by all of them a bunch of times. So all that in mind, abilities is roughly a
high.
wash.
Which leaves us with the one thing they're both known for, their capability to evolve and become more powerful
That's what
in
Metal
response
Sonic
to
won.
their opponents, aka their
Adaptation.
adaptation.
So Metal
And
Sonic won
frankly,
adaptation.
that's where this
Okay.
back and forth completely breaks. Because at the end of the day, Metal can copy Cell, but Cell can't absorb Metal.
Cell's ability to physically absorb an opponent is primarily viable against foes he can match or overpower.
Even if he took Metal by surprise, he can't absorb fully inorganic robots like Android 16.
Cell was only able to absorb androids 17 and 18 because they were primarily organic.
They're actually more like cyborgs and are only called androids in the English translation.
Metal, on the other hand, can copy a target's biodata through only a few seconds of direct eyesight, something he could easily accomplish during a time stop.
And using it on Cell means he wouldn't just get Cell's powers, but the powers of all of the Z Warriors too.
Remember, Metal's copying applies to abilities that fundamentally affect his own biology, like Espio's invincibility or Chaos's liquid body. Nothing Cell has would be off limits, especially given all of Cell's powers were genetically encoded in the first place. Quite literally, biodata.
Cell's Saiyan power-ups? Copied. Cell's regeneration? Copied. Cell's key techniques? Believe it or not, copied.
Chaos Emeralds are described as being
baby.
able to produce
Baby.
life energy, similar to Ki. So there's a precedent for him being able to replicate Cell's power set. And at this point, there's nothing stopping Metal from, say, stopping time and using a Kamehameha to vaporize him at a cellular level, just like Gohan did.
Cell might be able to do anything the Z fighters know how to do, but that's not gonna help him, because Metal can do anything Cell knows how to do. Strange, isn't it?
Cell just doesn't have any options to retaliate that Metal wouldn't also possess, including any of his previous advantages. Metal's copy ability is just that overpowered.
Oh, I guess now I get why they called it Sonic CD.
And why's that?
Cell died. Where's he? You get it?
I get it. That was a good joke. That was a good joke.
Where you go? Come on back.
All right, who's next?
Next time on
Who's
Death
next?
Battle.
Who is that? Is it anime? Oh, it's Chainsaw Man! Wait. No, it's not. Wait.
Subscribe and join as a member.
Oh, Bugo versus Reese? I might not watch that one. That one doesn't really capture my interest. I might look into it, but not really. But that is the end of the video. Wow, dude. Oh my god. This was by far one of their best videos they've ever made yet. The animation was so good. The fighting style. Dude, this video was peak. Dude, so many people, when this fight was announced, everyone was going for Cell, bro. No one actually thought Metal Sonic for some reason had a chance. I'm like, why? Metal Sonic is the GOAT. He can do anything, bro. He has chaos control. Have you not seen Sonic Heroes? Like, he has so many things. I was so shocked when people said Metal Sonic was gonna lose. Well, joke's on them. He won, baby. But yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank y'all so much for coming in and watching this, bro. This was so much fun to watch this video, bro. I have not done a reaction video in so long. And also, expect another reaction video actually next week, because we are getting the amazing Digital Circus Episode 8, dude. So expect a reaction video next week, bro. And as always, I will see y'all in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye-bye.